What's going on, guys? Proston Talk here, back again, and I am here after my break from YouTube, from the Christmas break. The last, is it actually working? Oh yeah, it just froze there a minute. The last time I did a video was a live stream for Red Dead Redemption 2, on Boxing Day. So, been a while since I've been on YouTube. I just wanted to take a break from YouTube, and just kind of, I've got a series coming up, in the next couple of weeks. So, that's going to be really exciting for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the series. But I've been thinking of what to do with the channel, so I've been thinking what series I should do wrestling wise, because I feel like in 2018 I didn't upload that much on YouTube, like the wrestling wise, and some of it I wasn't interested in and whatever. But this year I'm gonna have to I want to do a series again, like I did Survivor Series, like I did SummerSlam. I'm gonna do my WWE WrestleMania review series. That's right, I'm reviewing WrestleMania from 1 to 28. I'm not reviewing the others because the others are on the channel, but yeah, 1 to 28, I'm reviewing the WrestleMania review series. I just thought I want to do it because I was going to do one at Survivor Series, but I never got around to doing it. But I do want to do one for this one because I love WrestleMania. One of my favorite previews of the year, and I just want to watch some old WrestleManias and talk about them, to be honest. Anyway, on to the Royal Rumble show. I thought the Royal Rumble, okay, so some of the things I liked and disliked. I liked the men's Royal Rumble. That was probably the best one I've seen in quite a while. Probably in a couple of years, I would say. The women's was not clicking for me. I didn't think it was anything good. I thought the tag team match with the Bar and Shane and Miz was good. So that was all good. But anyway, let's get into the review. So we start off with a pre-show match. It's AOP versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. Roode and Gable get the win. I just feel sorry for these guys, especially AOP. Like, they had so much potential when they came in with Paul Ellering, and here they are in the pre-show, jobbing to Roode and Chad Gable. Now, I'm a Bobby Roode fan, but the guy has done nothing in a year, apart from basically just do his gimmick. Glorious! And apart from that, he hasn't done anything. But you look at Chad Gable, another guy I'm a fan of, they're not going to do nothing with him either, so yeah. Moving on to the next match, it was Nakamura versus Rusev for the US title. I thought that this was a good match. You know, I mean, the crowd wasn't into it that much because they was getting to the seats, but Nakamura wins because Lana was actually on the apron. She was she was trying to distract Nakamura, and Nakamura basically moves out the way. Then Rusev comes out like a fucking bull and whatever, and he pushes his wife, and his wife sells the ankle injury, and that is going to be key for later on in the night. So Nakamura wins with the Kinshasa. He's the brand new United States champion. And I just think a year ago, or was it before a year ago? A year ago, Nakamura, the same guy who was the Royal Rumble winner, a year later is in the pre-show. Now, I haven't been watching much WWE lately, or any wrestling in general. And when I can watch it, I will. But after that fucking Nakamura heel turn, he didn't do nothing. Like, the best thing for Nakamura, the one thing that really stood up for Nakamura, and what made him unique, was that fucking entrance, that Michael Jackson type entrance. And once he got rid of that entrance, he was just basically bland and genetic, and he was basically doing the whole anti-American gimmick, and then now he's American and whatever, I don't know. But the thing is, Nakamura, I've heard that his contract's up in a few weeks, so I don't know if this was a way to give him the belt so he can stay on with WWE because of AEW. Who knows? But yeah, Nakamura is your new US champion. And then after that we had the main show, and it was Becky versus Asuka for the women's title. This was a really good opener here. I really enjoyed it. These girls, I'm really loving Becky at the minute. She's one of my faves. I just think this is her best what she's done in a long time. Probably better since her NXT days, in my opinion. You know, they had a lot of good back and forth and stuff, and good chemistry. And then the one thing I didn't like that is, if she's gonna have this man persona and she's gonna be the man, why did she tap out? If she's the man, you wouldn't tap out, you would just pass out. I don't want to compare it to Stone Cold Steve Austin because I don't like them. I don't like when wrestlers get compared to each other. Like, so what I want to see is like Becky be the first Becky and stuff like that. So why have Becky tap out and then you have later in the night she wins with a sore ankle? Doesn't make any sense. So anyway, Asuka retains the title. Moving on to the next match. It was the tag titles were next. It was Shane and Miz versus The Bar, and to just find out who was the best tag team in the world. I thought this was a good match. These four guys had a real great match, but I don't know where it's actually going as a feud, because I don't know if they're gonna have Shane as a heel or they're gonna just keep them as a comedy tag team or something. But I thought it was a good match, but I feel sorry for The Bar. Like, what have they done since they come to SmackDown? Like, they haven't done much. The only thing they've done is have a match with the Usos, the New Day, and that's about it. And now they're feuding Shane and Miz. Now, I love the Miz. Like, Miz is my G, but I don't know where this is going to lead to. Is this going to lead to a Shane heel turn? I know that they was going to do that at some point, but they scrapped it, so I don't know what's going to happen now. Then we had the women's match. It was Sasha versus Ronda Rousey for the women's title. This was a good match. I enjoyed it as well. Another good solid match. I really enjoyed it. I love how Sasha and Ronda was like doing the counters earlier in the match. They did a lot of back and forth with the submissions and that, but Ronda Rousey wins with like the Piper's Pit for the win. That was a good match. Moving on to the next match, it was for the women's Royal Rumble actually. After that, it was. So the first two entrants in the women's Rumble, it was Lacey Evans and Natalya. They had a good opener. Then Mandy Rose came out. I'm not gonna say it, everybody, because also you guys know you've seen it. But the final four, if I can remember, it was Nia Jax, Becky, Charlotte, and who was the other one? Was it Kairi Sane or somebody? I don't know who the fourth girl was. But anyway, after that, so basically, Nia Jax gets eliminated by Becky. And then it's just basically, and then the other girl is eliminated. Then it's Becky and Charlotte basically going 1-on-1. And then Becky is outside, and then Charlotte's like, come on, come in the ring. And Becky's like, okay, you want some? I'm coming in. And basically this was just a way for Becky to get distracted, so Nia could throw her off the steps and also sell the knee injury, because obviously Lana, with that injury she had before, would obviously allow Becky to go in the match, because she said, I want to go in to film me. So that's how it makes sense now. And basically Charlotte's like just taunting her and just kicking her in the legs and doing the figure four. And then after that, Becky gets the momentum and just throws her over, and Becky is the Royal Rumble winner for the women. So, I said to a couple of my buddies, like, we said that Becky's going to win, so it made sense. And some people saying, oh, she's not getting the Rumble, and they're going to do another Daniel Bryan for 2014, but I guess they didn't want to backfire from 2014, so they just put her in there. Then after that, we had the WWE Championship. It was not the Miz. It was Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Now this match, I thought it was so boring. Now I love both guys, but this is so boring, and I think the problem is the pay-per-view was 7 hours long, and after that the fans were fucking burnt out. Now it could have helped a bit. Now what I would have done is you should have maybe done Finn versus Brock, because that only lasted 8 minutes. And AJ and Bryan lasted 24 minutes. So if you split that away, so you have like Finn in this time slot with Brock, and they have their 8-minute match. That's a cooldown match. And then you have your ad, and then you'll go to AJ versus Bryan. I thought it was a good match, but it was really boring. I was falling asleep. I had to go for a drink and stuff. It was just so boring. But yeah, the only thing I can say about this match is that Eric Rowan came out and basically, like, he was choking out AJ Styles, and it looks like Bryan has hired a hitman so he can win his matches. So it looks like maybe the White family's returning. Is Bray Wyatt going to join the White family with Daniel Bryan again? Who knows? But yeah, that's all I can say about that match. Then we had the men's Royal Rumble. The first two entrants, it was Elias and Jeff Jarrett. I don't want to say anymore. Just anyway. After that, they have a cringy moment with the guitars and putting each other over and stuff. And then after that, Elias throws over Jeff Jarrett, and then after a few men come into the Rumble, guess who else comes into the Royal Rumble? Kurt Angle. So not only has Jeff Jarrett made himself present in the Royal Rumble, wherever Kurt Angle goes, Jeff Jarrett is there. Like, has this man got a tracking device on Kurt Angle? Because not only did Jeff Jarrett steal Kurt Angle's first wife, Karen Jarrett, right? And, you know, married her and stuff. He also followed him back to WWE. You know, when Kurt came back in 2017, a year later, Jeff Jarrett comes back and goes back in that stupid Hall of Fame. And you know what he does this year? It's got to be a trend, because obviously the past 2.5 years, it's got to be follow Kurt Angle, because obviously Jeff Jarrett, the Memphis mid-card piece of shit who never drew a dime, unless has drawn more in a year and a half than what Jeff Jarrett ever did. And he comes out and basically fucking comes in the same Rumble as Kurt Angle. Can Kurt Angle not get away from this man? Like, he was in TNA with him. He's got, you know, he's kind of like, they have kind of like contact with each of his kids, because some kids live with his first wife and whatever. But yeah, like, he cannot get rid of Jeff Jarrett. Like, he's just got to be there. But yeah, after that we had like Joe come out, and Mustafa Ali came out. Not many surprises came out. Like Johnny Gargano, he came out. That was nice, but that was kind of predictable. Like, I heard rumors that deal was gonna have some NXT call-ups. Aleister Black came in the Rumble, which was good. Who else was there? Nia Jax. I want to talk about that real quick. Nia Jax. You know, she was basically taking our true spot, number 30, and she was basically like, screw all this, I'm going to go in the Rumble. So basically she eliminates Mustafa Ali, then Randy Orton gets up, and Dolph Ziggler and Rey Mysterio, and they're all teaming up on her to basically eliminate her. So basically she gets super kicked by Dolph, then 619 by Rey, then RKO by Randy Orton, and then the three of them eliminate Nia. Then Seth Rollins gets attacked by Bobby Lashley because he got eliminated by Seth Rollins. Bobby Lashley eliminates Seth Rollins because Bobby Lashley was eliminated by Seth Rollins earlier in the Rumble, so he comes back and eliminates Seth Rollins. Well, not doesn't eliminate him, he takes him out of the match for the time being and puts him through the announce table. So basically, that tells you that obviously Seth Rollins was going to win. And after that, they have a few more eliminations, and then the final four are Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and I think it was Andre Cien, something like that. Anyway, and then the final two are basically Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins, and you know, they're going at it, and then the end of the match, Seth Rollins hits the curve stop and gets the win, and Seth Rollins is your new, he's the Royal Rumble winner for the men, so obviously it looks like it's going to be definitely now confirmed Brock versus Seth, like I said a few months ago. Then we had Finn versus Brock. Finn came out pretty quick, like he came out the gates pretty quickly with his drop kicks, and you know, his offense and stuff, and he did a flip up from the outside, but then Brock got his momentum, he did an F5, and then Finn Balor kicked out of that, and then he got some momentum back again, Finn, and then basically Finn got to the coup de grace, he did the 1-2, and then Brock kicked out, and then basically Finn was still alive on Brock like that, and basically Brock got his arm, did the Kimura lock, and he's like possessed, and after that he taps out, and then that was it. So that's my WWE Royal Rumble 2019 review, guys. What do you guys think about the show? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.